すごい Kimochi!
Not what I meant.
I'm sorry. I like to move and move.
Oh yes, doing the double D experience is much more fun when you put your hands in the air, Maurice.
It makes me want my titties to lactate, Maurice.
Oh, so anyway, Mort got us in a fucking car wreck. And I am now paralyzed from the neck down. So I cannot move it.
Mort, I'll have to ask you to come closer so that I might strike your face with my shoe.
I already miss having that annoying Mort around so that I can hate him.
Oh, fuck.
Denise.
Yes, my man.
I can't move it anymore.
Don't worry, I shall move it for you.
Would you do that for me? If I ever became paralyzed and I really just wanted to go clubbing for some reason, go to a party, would you take me there?
Yes, I would.
Would we literally roll up and fucking... Would you, like, pick me up and, like, shake my ass in the air for me?
We'd have to practice. We'd have to practice that.
We
first.
would actually have
like we'd have to go to a studio, rent it out for a couple days, and just like at least practice that because. Last thing I want is for us to both look like idiots from me dropping you by accident.
Fucking drop me. You drop like a whole ass wheelchair on like a crowd of people. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, and then the music cuts and everyone's just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, everyone's just like looking around, dazed and confused, like, yo, did someone just hit me with a wheelchair?
Here's the party foul. It's days, guys. Boo.
Get him the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
I just wanted to move it like the rest of you.
I'd have to explain, like, look, he's a Make-A-Wish kid. This is like his
fucking 24 on a Make-A-Wish.
He like really wanted to, you know, move it, you know. Like I even bribed the guy, the DJ, to put the song on. He's got 2 days to live, so, you know, just calm the fuck down, okay? This is going to be the first of many. This is one of the last, okay? Just let him, okay?
Would they take a Make-A-Wish kid to, like, an 18-plus club if that was his last wish?
I mean, I think the other equivalent of that is, like, a crazy fucking concert. Like, maybe, like, let's say, like, a pretty...
Backstage at, like, fucking Panic or something.
Or not even Panic, like, even thinking, like, if... I don't know if Bon Jovi still does concerts, but like I guess like a Bon Jovi concert, I'm pretty sure people do get litty there.
Like shot through the and you're too.
Oh, you don't sound that bad. Damn.
I mean, he's a little bit of. He kind of looks like Rod Stewart. I mean,
don't most old white guys look like Rod Stewart though? Like, you know, just, you know.
Yeah, but Rod Stewart has looked like he's 80 years old since he was like 50.
White guys age pretty quickly. I'm sorry to say.
It depends. Yeah. I mean, Johnny Depp looks really good. I mean, so does fucking...
Because he does a lot of drugs.
Keanu fucking Reeves. Oh my god, that man does not age.
How old is he?
I think he's in like his 50s.
Damn it, they're gonna make another Matrix movie?
Actually, hold on a second. That actually is kind of ridiculous if he is in his 50s with how he looks like. Keanu Reeves' age. He's 56?
And he's gone through some shit, too. Like, he's experienced loss. Like,
what the fuck? Sandra Bullock is 56, too? Brad Pitt is 57? What the fuck?
It's called money, bro. It's called getting some work done.
Holy shit. That is... They look incredible.
Oh, yeah. Jennifer Aniston. Have you seen her?
I mean, Jennifer Aniston, let's be real for a second. Jennifer Aniston... got so much hotter as she aged.
Yeah, she's getting to that real, like, pretty MILF looking, like, kind of look now.
Pretty MILF, dude. She's, like, full-on MILF, dude. I would do some I would do some shit to Jennifer Aniston.
There was one movie where I saw her in,
she's 52. That's believable, though, with how...
Yeah. And that's, like, true MILF age, too. That's, like, straight-up MILF age.
That's fucking prime MILF age. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that is true. That's, like, prime real estate, like, MILF age.
Real estate.
I mean, but, you know, that's what I was gonna say. Like, the one movie that I watched that she was in, I think it was Horrible Bosses, where she plays like that real like
fucking nymph.
Yeah, nympho craze like fucking dentist like who just,
no woman has ever wanted Charlie Day this bad.
It's like she was just like, yes, my dream has come true.
Like what turns you on so much about him is just that voice. Oh, that voice, it's so high pitched. It's like a dog whistle. It just makes me feel all tingly.
I love how also self-aware he is too, because I think I've heard him say like, it's like, I don't know why people like me. Like I don't know if I've heard that from him or someone else, but like he definitely looks like at least the type of person like who would say that, because he is, I think because of Almost Sunny and a bunch of other stuff that he's been in, he's become like fairly up there, kind of like not as much as like let's say Paul Rudd as far as like kind of goofy white guy, but he's still, I really do find him funny though, like Charlie Day especially. Like
I just turned people on.
Was he Jimmy's dad?
Was he Jimmy's dad in the Fairly Odd Parents?
No, Jimmy Neutron. That's Timmy.
I said Fairly Odd Parents, my bad. I meant Jimmy Neutron. No, he sounds nothing like that.
He could sound like him though.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think he's got a high voice. I don't think Jimmy's dad's voice is that high. I mean, more so.
He's pretty high. He's kind of high though. He's not exactly like Jimmy's. Not Jimmy's. Timmy's dad is a lot more like kind of like, hey there, son. Like, and Jimmy's dad is like, hey there, son. Like, just a couple pitches higher.
I'm both respecting your privacy by knocking on your door, but asserting your authority as my father by coming in anyway.
That's gonna be. I
like, fucked that up so bad, but
yeah, you said you.
I said you're as my father.
It's like your grandpa's just like innate. He's just like not there anymore. So you just like barge into his room whenever you want. It's like not, and you go up to your grandpa or your dad and just kind of like, see dad, how do you like it? Barging into one's room without permission. I mean, but to be fair though,
my authority
by asserting my authority
as your father by coming in anyway.
It's like, you live in my house.
Oh man, that's crazy. Welcome to the Double D Experience, everybody.
Welcome, everyone.
Standard 7 minutes in before we get to the intro in typical Double D fashion. Very happy to hear about that. It's just, it's a good day. It's beautifully sunny out.
It's
I
a
haven't
good day.
been outside all day, even though it's beautiful out, because I've been doing a lot of shit this morning. Then I had a meeting, and now I'm here.
Ooh,
doing this shitty titty podcast for you to listen to. We talk about the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. You haven't seen shit until you've seen the shitty titty Power Hour, dude. You don't even want to look that up.
I still can't believe there were 3 of those.
They were all good too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't know that the first one was even gonna do so well. It's gonna sound so weird. Like we're talking about like Nickelodeon lore from like fucking 10 years ago, but. Yeah, I didn't think like that whole special.
We talk about?
I didn't know that the whole special would have lasted like, at least not lasted, but had 2 more basically like come out and do pretty well. I even think the third one, believe it or not, I think the third one was my favorite. I actually did like that one. I think that was the one where Jimmy went to Timmy's universe, and then we saw all of like the Jimmy Neutron cast in like the little Butch Hartman kind of art.
Yeah.
I thought that looked really cool. Like, I thought that was real nice.
That was the one where they, instead of arguing over Cindy, like Cindy rejects them both, and then they were just like, damn, you want to hang out? Sure.
Yes, yeah, let's go.
That's all that happened, and then they made like a super villain for them to fight together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they made him adaptable instead of adoptable.
Fucking bros.
Yeah,
that's what bros do.
That's what bros do, man. But the Jimmy Timmy
killer
Power
robots.
Hour video game is not. They haven't remastered that one yet, and I bet when you do remaster that game, it's gonna take a hell of a mighty GPU for you to be able to fucking play that game, man. And thankfully, before we get into this, I gotta say, I'm very, very lucky that I got my 3070 when I did, because...
Wait, hold on.
What's up? Sorry. You fucking interrupted me.
Wait, it was a bad one, though. That's the thing. Like, I thought it was going to be loud, but I guess...
Right, oh, you thought it was going to be like a showmanship, like burp. I thought you were just going to be like... Okay, that would have been acceptable, don't worry. I feel like, I'm really lucky that I got my 3070 when I did. Bought it from a scalper, like I had to. Mine was like something like 800. Got it off eBay, new and everything. But that's unfortunately.
Wait, hold on, wait.
What's up?
Hold on.
What is up?
you got your 3070 from a scalper. I'm not even mad about that, but like, you got your thing from a scalper for $800.
Yeah.
David, let me tell you something right now, considering how the prices are fucking ridiculous to this day. Like,
that's why I said I was lucky, dude.
Yeah, because, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure everyone that just said that, like, is probably fuming right now.
You're already typing in the fucking comments right now.
How could you fucking pay for these scalpers?
All right, guys. I got his IP. Got his IP. Gonna reverse engineer this.
We're gonna dox him. Everyone dox him.
There's his address.
Reveal his location. Everyone throw eggs at his house. Show up at his front door.
It's like a fucking game of Fall Guys to get to like my house. As like the goal. They're all just pushing each other around in the street like a bunch of ragdolls. Like
bunch of fucking like a sea of fat fucks. Like they just like, how could you count your GPU? Blah blah blah.
It's like a crown at the end, but instead of like fucking like gold inside of it, it's a fucking graphics card.
It's like, it reminds me of like that one scene from like World War Z when they're like at Israel. Remember like the gigantic walls and like all the fucking zombies just climbing over it.
I saw that in footage in the trailers. I've never seen the actual film.
Yeah, that's what I'm like imagining, all these like people like to be like to get to your house and just like harass you or whatever. But
somebody please make that a meme and send that to our Twitter.
We'll credit you. We'll credit you. Like, because I'm not about like stealing people's work and just.
I was about to say, we'll give you a shout out in an episode and definitely retweet it and like tell people to go follow your account. If you make that meme, just like little text, like a little text over the wall, like people coming to get David's GPU. We will retweet the fuck out of that. But trust me, Dennis, yes, I know how lucky I am because a recent GamePro article revealed that was pretty much the opposite of what I thought was going to happen or what the rumors were initially going to be after last holiday season with how hard it was to get a GPU, what with the pandemic and, 3070, and the 30 series cards in general just screwing everybody over.
Ooh.
God, Sam, what the fuck did you eat? You sounded like a wild animal just now.
Sorry.
Are you actually like a lemur? Like, was that not a impression that you were doing before? Or
I was never human. I was never human to begin with. I'm like basically
the only thing moving on my insides, buddies. I can't eat Chipotle anymore.
It's a fucking demon inside me, Maurice.
Take another note, Maurice. Never am I to eat chow mein again. If only. Excuse me.
Chow mein.
That's from an episode of the fucking Penguin Show. He was like, "All right, Maurice, tonight." Chow mein is my main chow. And then like fucking 3 seconds later he's
wait, let's get back to the topic at hand.
I just want a 3070 card, buddies. I've been scouring the internet for the last 7 days. I can't fucking find one. It's so difficult.
And I'm over here trying to find a 3080, which I even found out is even rarer than a 3070.
I mean, it's a little stronger. Makes sense.
But because it's like in that middle ground where it's like, I don't want to pay 3090 prices, but I also still want something a bit better than a 3070.
Mm-hmm.
And because 3090 is ridiculous. Like I remember the MSRP
it's not even
for
worth
that.
Right now.
Yeah, the FE card for that is like $1,500, and I'm like, huh?
Well, God diddly damn.
I mean, it's specs wise and performance wise, like it is probably. I know that AMD also came out with their 6900 nice XT a while back too, and like that's supposed to be like their main competitor, but like 3090 is still like the king as of this moment still. Like as far as like if you want like the best of the best, that's the one that you go for. And it's kind of ridiculous, and at the same time I've also like I was surprised for like the first couple of months because of like how. But also at the same time, I quickly realized like there was nothing really that you should have been surprised about, considering like just the whole fucking situation of the earth right now, and like kind of just how basically because of the pandemic everything slowed down, and basically the whole situation is right now is that like there's just this humongous demand, but not nearly enough supply to basically meet all those demands, and not to mention
apparently
like,
that supply and demand is being put into like vaccines or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I don't even know what that is. But like, I wish they would just redirect some of that energy. Let some people get some graphics cards. What they really need. God.
Well, let me just clarify. Those two things are neither.
I was
neither here nor there.
joking, you twat.
I know. But I just try to be as diplomatic as possible. But
wow, maybe you are my Maurice.
Maybe more. Everyone needs an angel.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a voice of conscience.
You're not nearly as chubby as Maurice, though.
Yes, and I never will be. Thank God.
And your tail isn't as big.
Wow, David. Gonna go for the low blows already, huh?
Are you jealous? Do you want a tail? You know how annoying that shit would be?
No, I want a bigger tail on my front. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, I mean, well, I do believe there are some advertisements on some websites that can help you with that.
Inject this shit and make your dick bigger.
To very quickly add on to what you were saying, I remember reading a recent GamePro article, or seeing like a recent GamePro article or something, because we all thought with the way things were, it's like, oh, it might just be the holiday season. Like the new consoles, it's going to be impossible to get. They are now predicting that it's going to be just as difficult to get one of these new 30 series graphics cards.
Or even PS5 or even Xbox Series X, all this shit. All the new stuff.
2022. Yep. That is what they are predicting now. When I saw that, I was shaking my head. I was like, God damn, man. I felt bad because when I was working the Nintendo ambassador job, I would have mad people come in and be like, it's good, PS5. Like PS5, like mad people, like coming in, literally just saying that. Even though I didn't work at the store technically, and I literally put my arm around those people, not social distancing at all, and be like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. You're not getting one of those for the holiday season.
It like country or basically worldwide right now. I mean, it's I mean, again, we're all talking about this because, like, you know, it's been affecting us. I'm not talking about this as if I am like a tech YouTuber or anything. I am a tech appreciator. I do admire tech. I love tech, and I do buy tech. But I'm not basically like Linus Tech Tips or any of these guys. Like, this is just kind of, I guess, my whole story about like how I've been kind of like is dealing with it, just from like an average sort of person. But it's kind of nuts considering like same as you as well. Like I at least initially thought that, you know, like it's just gonna be the holidays or whatever. Like, you know, it's gonna be crazy a little bit.
Why would we think anything different? You know.
I know, true. And going off of your article too, right now, one thing that I read was a lot less optimistic than what you read because I heard till
serious.
I heard till 2023.
How the fuck?
No.
How?
It's because I also kind of like this is also like where my kind of little hobby into stocks kind of comes into play. There is all these basically graphics cards and electronic like equipment like basically use something called like semiconductors. And semiconductors are essentially made by only a fair few people out there in the world, none of them within the United States.
Right.
One of them being TSM, which is based in Taiwan, and then whatever else that they can't basically make up, they basically then go to China and then have those like thing basically made. But because of the pandemic and how like, you know, the whole social distancing sort of orders have basically kind of slowed down production on all sectors of like the world. It's because of that reason that there is like virtually, as of this moment, until like, I guess like all of China or Taiwan or basically the entire world is basically vaccinated, like things are not going to go back to normal like anytime soon. And it's for that reason that at least the article that I read, I mean, yours was optimistic compared to mine because it literally said, I'll repeat again, 2023. And I'm even willing to believe that just because of at least the realist and pragmatist in me, because I know that considering like how like we're just getting kind of out of the woods right now, you know, like we're just kind of getting almost everyone vaccinated at this moment. I think we're like, at least for the United States, we're like 330 million people.
A quarter of America, actually a little more than a quarter of America is fully vaxxed.
Okay. And going off of that then, that took, I mean, it also took the fucking vaccine to come out. I don't remember when it came out exactly. I know it was at least a couple months ago, but...
And it also took a new president.
Yeah, and it did take a new president. And it took us months to basically reach that number. So basically, if like, let's say in a perfect world, if we do manage to get everyone vaccinated, and again, I'm not a scientist, no nothing. I'm just a fucking idiot rambling. This is just kind of like stuff that I think about sometimes. But I think that if it took that many months to get us, a quarter of us to basically get all vaccinated, it really won't be until next year that like basically everybody will be. Like at least if like I don't know, like Biden already said that like everyone over 16 can get it, so it's like if go get it. Like he's been saying that nonstop to everybody, like just go fucking get it. Like it's just like he's doing everything short of giving monetary incentive to get these vaccines. I almost feel for a lot of people, if they're being real difficult about it, just throw them like fucking, I don't know, throw them some.
I was about to say, like, you give them a tax break. Do you think they'll conveniently forget about the microchip that they're claiming is being put inside of them if, like, they're suddenly getting paid to get the shot?
A good amount of people, would kind of cave, I feel.
Fucking
because
inbred cucks.
But, money is what makes the world go around. So
literally, like you understand that all the shots that you get as an infant are to stop pandemics. You understand that. It's like, why are you, like, you dumbass little pea brain, which clearly hasn't grown since you were an infant. Like, would you have been vocal against those shots? Do you want fucking polio? No, you're not fucking stupid.
Do you want smallpox to come back?
Like, you get vaccinated for all that shit as a child, specifically to stop stuff like this from happening, but now that you're an adult and you can think for yourself, you're claiming that you know better? Makes no sense to me. I don't know why the fuck we're talking about anti-vaxxers all of a sudden. We were talking about graphics cards a second ago.
And supply issues, but, it does kind of go both ways. Like, it kind of does, like,
sort of
delve
hand in
into,
hand.
like, like, goes into, like, the whole bigger macro sort of sense after that, because, I mean, TSM, which is the company based in Taiwan, plus a bunch of other industries in China, are literally few of the fewest places that basically can make this shit. And the pandemic has affected everything. Like, that goes without fucking saying. But, I mean,
that stuff would be like automatic. You know what I mean? Like, if like I figured for parts like this, I mean, obviously I guess there would have to be people there manning the factories, I suppose. But do they really have like people on assembly lines still making this stuff? They don't have like like a bunch of like robots and shit that would like piece like a graphics card together.
They man the equipment. It is like
I guess
kind
that's
of
true,
on an
because
assembly line.
If something goes wrong, then somebody would still have to be there for that.
That's what, like, if we're talking about autonomous anything. I don't know if you heard, but there was this two guys who basically got into a car crash with a Tesla Model S. I think it was like, I don't know what the fuck year, but basically like they got into a car crash because I think they turned on the automatic driving system,
right?
And it basically just swerved and like basically killed the both of them, and it started a fire. And and I think the fire department took like 4 hours to put out They died. The fire department took 4 hours to put out that fire because the battery just kept reigniting the fire.
Where did you hear this?
I think it was either in California or Texas. I don't remember, but like it wasn't around here at least. But
I was thinking more so what source.
It was off of, I think, the tech subreddit. But I mean, this is not the first time that like people have kind of been a little too brave with the autonomous driving system, because I remember seeing a video of like literally two people like professionally shot and everything, sleeping in their car as the fucking Model S was just like kind of going through traffic. And I don't know, I still think, at least this is kind of going a little bit off the board, but like I still think as far as like where we're at with autonomous machinery, we're not there yet. And it's also the reason why that we still have people on the ground floor on factories working the equipment, because if everything was able to be like across the board, just
what
all
would that do
autonomous,
to the economy? It would make shit so much worse for that, because now you're not paying employees anymore who are, lower income, poor, middle class. Now it's just another way for rich people to save even more money on that front, which would just make the 1% even richer than they already were. Making everything autonomous is actually not a good thing, in my opinion.
No.
It's really, really not, because not only is there like a bigger margin for error because of AI and whatnot, there is also even more of a lack of social interaction than there is now, and that would already make the wealth gap even worse than it already is. But people just think, oh, robots are cool. It's
Wait.
a robot doing this, so that's cool.
Quick
And
question.
it's not worth it. It's the same thing as smoking. Yeah, it looks cool. It's fucking horrible for you. Everything about it is bad, but it just looks cool is all. That's like the same thing with like making everything automatic, in my opinion. It's like, it seems like a really good thing. It seems cool. It's really not. Unless it's like technology that evolves to like help people or like help like health crises and whatnot, or, you know, humanitarian issues. That's a different story if it's actually making a difference in the world. But like, yeah, if you just have like a little Jimmy Mario Party fucking like hook carrying your giant ass like heart attack inducing Big Mac over to you like at a fucking McDonald's, then you know, I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world, like, to have just stuff be automatic. It just seems like, yeah, human evolution, it's gone this far, like, with technology, but, like,
Wait, quick
I'm
question.
very much of the belief that just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Okay, quick question. You said that lack of social interaction is basically going to make the rich richer. What'd you meant by that? I kind of didn't understand that.
Employees not going to work because they don't have a job anymore because a machine is doing it for them. Don't need cashiers anymore. Don't need fucking factory workers anymore. You don't need fucking Uber drivers anymore. It's like if literally everything was successfully automated, that's gonna fuck everything up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like,
And
our minds are already fucking automated
we-
because of social media, so we don't need our bodies to be too.
True, and we also kind of already have like our foot through that threshold anyways right now
Yeah.
because of self-checkout. Although I will say this, I low-key love self-checkout, and I also, like, my morals for some reason also make me hate it. The reason why I like it is because I kind of don't want to talk to no cashier. I'd rather
same,
just
same.
like just pay for my shit and get the fuck out of there. But at the same time though, it's like I'm doing your job. Like, this is your job. Why am I doing it?
It's like, if literally everything was that way, that's a different story. And yeah, like, I don't want to like have small talk with a cashier, especially when I can't see half their fucking face. But like,
already, yeah.
It's I'm talking, that's not even what I mean by automation. I'm talking, like, you know, big things like driving and, like, you know, having things being handed to you and whatnot, and factory work, I guess. I don't know. There's a bit of a debate onto that. I was just thinking, you know, like, maybe if things were automated instead, that it would be easier for, you know, supply of graphics cards to be kept up in this day and age.
Among other things.
If it's really just like going hand in hand with the pandemic, then I feel like the supply for that won't be like back up to the demand until like everything is 100% better. Not like, oh, we got this country fully vaccinated and this country's fully vaccinated. I'm talking like the whole world is like finally at that point. And
I mean, people are still going to be taking, I mean, Pfizer's already saying like we're going to be taking booster shots for at least their vaccine because, you know, it's, I mean, but we've already always kind of taken booster shots.
Everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so that's why,
people saw that and they freaked out, and I'm like, dude, come on. Like,
it's like you took booster shots with your fucking for your flu shot. Like, the fuck you talk? Like, what are you crying about?
This isn't a new thing.
It isn't new. Yeah, it isn't. Like, I don't know why
everybody
people
thinks,
are
oh, it's
getting
just another, like, see,
Yeah.
it's just the way the government's gonna. It's just the pharmaceutical companies want to make money. Yeah, no shit. That's why they all race to make a fucking vaccine for this thing, and it's part of why it happened so quickly. You know, it's like we haven't had, like, there's never been a moment in human history where there has been a global pandemic and vaccines were a thing. During the Spanish flu back in 1918, vaccines were not a thing. And that disease was way worse than COVID in like pretty much every single way. Trust me. Read about the fucking Spanish flu, like, compared to like compared to fucking COVID. That disease specifically had worse effects on you the younger you were. The younger you were, it actually targeted you more. And instead of like old people, that's fucked up on an existential level. That's really fucked up. It was not a peaceful death either, the way that thing took you down. And it killed 50 million people. For back then, that was huge. That was fucking huge. Trust me, like, Spanish flu was way worse, and that virus just, you know, ran its course and went away in its own time. So I don't understand people saying COVID is worse than that when the virus itself has a much higher survival rate than that one. And we have vaccines now. I don't understand that. So I don't understand also people like retweeting like, oh, lol, I can't believe y'all are falling for this. See, we're gonna need a booster shot every year. It's just a way to control this. Like, dude, this is literally how they work.
Yeah.
This is always how vaccines fucking work. You got mad booster shots for diseases when you were a kid.
Before you went to college, too. Like, for all these college kids.
Needed to do it for college. And yeah, who knows? In the future, it might not have to be an annual thing because somebody could make a COVID vaccine that does give you immunity for life. That could happen. We don't know yet. That will
at least take a while, though. Like, because everyone's, at least all these companies' main objective right now is to just mass produce something that they can just dish out like quickly.
Yeah, point is, it's gotta go on.
Oh, sorry. I also do. I do agree with you in the sense that, like, you know, like, maybe it could come about one day, but I feel right now, though, like, all they're doing is, like, I mean, I'm not that I'm saying that these guys in their R&D departments aren't, like, you know, thinking about that idea and, like, kind of, like, at least kind of trying to think of something up, but it's, like, right now, like, I feel as if they're just trying to mass produce as much fucking vaccines as they can to get it out there in the world. Primarily, I've been noticing it. We've been kind of getting it more since, I don't know how bad it is still in Europe and other places, because I heard it was a shitstorm over there. Like, I heard, like, people were going back into straight up, like, lockdown.
They did in England.
Yeah, okay. And I think I heard Italy too, maybe at one point. But, like, yeah, like, it's pretty bad over there compared to over here. And, like, I think I even heard that, like, we're the most vaccinated per capita, whatever the fuck, like, thing compared to the rest of the world. I don't know if that is true or not, but, like, I mean, it definitely seems as if, like, we're doing a lot better than before. So, I mean, I guess perhaps, but
why don't we, like, literally just have, like, Sony administer the shots? And then
what do you mean?
Every vaccine, you will be put on the marker for a guaranteed PS5. Basically, like, at a pretty sizable discount. Like, you'll be put in a queue that will be met no matter what when that demand comes around. And then, as a result, you're going to have all the anti-vaxxers come in because they want to get a PS5 for their kid.
I don't think a lot of parents would still trust it even then. Because it, like, still kind of does low-key shock me that, like, there are still so many families out there that have a lot of these, like, Bible-thumping, like, anti-vaxxers. I mean, you know, it's just, like, it kind of is just illogical to me, I guess, as to why these people, like, they just are so against all this shit. Like, because they're just against science in general. But, like, and if we're going to be talking about your plan, like, their kids can beg them all they want, but they're gonna be spouting right back at their kids' face that, like, no, the vaccine is bad. It's gonna chip you forever, and you're gonna be tracked by the government. And
listen, man, I'm just trying
to. God does not like vaccines.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to add a little humor to it, okay, man? Like, we always, even last week, we talked about such serious shit for, like, so long, and it's like, fucking, like, why? Who cares? Like, there's not shit that we can fucking do about that besides just informing people through our social media.
I'm still laughing. Because, I mean, David, I don't mean to come off as, like, that guy, but, like, I know that a lot of people have died, like, because of Corona, and I do, like, I'll even say, like, I am, like, kind of, like, it was a low-key shocking, like, when I found out, like, as to how many people have died so far, even at least in this country. But, like, also, TBH, like, I'm also kind of happy because I don't like traffic. You know? I don't want to see people, like, fucking just making traffic jams, like, on the highways anymore. Like, I wish more people died in Jersey, low-key, because, like,
Dennis,
these highways are not big enough for everybody here.
Dennis.
It is too many fucking people here. It's too many people.
I'm gonna, just like I told my buddy when he was looking for his graphics card, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief, as they say in the Kermit meme.
Sure.
That is the most fucked up thing you have ever said on this podcast.
You're welcome.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's how I feel.
Why is that how you feel? Why would you?
Because there's too many fucking people here. Have you ever gone through Jersey traffic on rush hour? Don't you want to fucking blow your brains out every time you go down Route 4, 46, 80, or 95? I want to blow my brains out every time I fucking go down there at 5 o'clock.
Dennis, what makes me want to blow my brains out is the fact that I can't go outside and see people's faces.
David, you are allowed to do that.
That's what makes me want to fucking unironically put one through my head, like I'm fucking Hitler or Evo, like you mentioned at the beginning. Okay? Like, no, I don't want. That's why. Dennis, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know how to respond to what you just said. I really don't.
You don't have to.
I think I do.
No, you don't.
I think I do, actually.
Anything you say will not change my mind. I'm sorry.
Why would you want more? All right, then why about
outside
would you be okay
of the people,
if it was your fucking family?
Outside of the people that obviously I care about, obviously. I'm just saying, like, it's just a bunch of people you don't know. At the end of the day, are you going to remember, like, half of these people? What, the 100,000s, like, thing that have died already at this point? I'm not going to remember them. I'm sad that at least as far as the statistics, sure, but like, I really tried to think about it, and I was like, yeah, I don't care. I don't. I'm sorry. And I'm not even saying that. I mean, people could fucking, say it all they want, like that I'm edgy or whatnot, but like, I tried to compartmentalize it the best I could, and I mean, the numbers, yeah, shocking, but like, am I gonna be sad about it? No, not really. This is the same if I was part of that. If I was part of that statistic, no one's gonna care. Outside of my family, sure, yeah, and my friends, okay. But outside of that, like, no one's gonna care if I died.
But you're okay with it.
That I'm okay with it?
Yeah.
A lot of it's also their own faults, anyways.
That is not true at all. I promise you that is not true.
No, I think that.
No, you're dead fucking wrong on that one. I'm sorry. I'm not. No, yes, you are.
Not. No,
how many COVID scares have you had?
Maybe 2 or 3.
And how was that your fault? Do you feel like any of those were your fault when that happened?
Oh, they were my fault. Because I went out and went to these supermarkets all the time. Not to mention, I did have my mask on, obviously, but
what fucking
every now and then
you have?
do forget.
You have to
every
fucking
now
do
and
that,
then you
though.
do forget that you forget to wash your hands. I wash my hands
I don't forget to wash my hands ever.
Listen to me. You're interrupting me. I wash my hands almost religiously ever since this thing started. Sometimes people just do forget. For those people, yeah, obviously I'm not going to be like, well, he was asking for it. But people literally intentionally don't wash their hands. And they don't social distance. They don't do a lot of things. When I went down to Asbury, nobody fucking did any of those things.
Yeah,
than me and my girlfriend.
South Jersey is literally just, it's...
They don't care.
Half of it's pretty Hicksville, I'm not going to lie. Like, the Mason-Dixon line should have been a little further up north.
Further even down that, Florida. They've been open since, God knows how long.
Well, yeah, that's their fault, but, what about all the people up here? Who actually are being, careful, but shit is going to happen anyway. They're doing all that they can.
Jersey's got its own fair share of boomers here, too, dude. A lot of people who also just kind of, look, this whole country itself is also just made up of rebels anyways. We don't like to being told what to do. It's no wonder that a bunch of people just basically said, no, I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm not going to social distance. I will cough however the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And I'm going to live my life.
And if they get sick, that's their fault. But dude, they're the ones who are still going out and infecting people who are just trying to live their lives as best they can under the circumstances. People need to leave their house to go get food. People still need to leave their house to go to work, depending on their job or anything. And guess what? If they're the ones wearing a mask and somebody else isn't, they're still at greater risk of infection because they're not the ones who are actually spreading it out from themselves. The germs are coming from the people who aren't wearing the masks. So if you're not double layered or anything like that, or if for whatever reason your mask isn't good enough, you're the one who could still get infected. If things get ventilated when they're inside, which is why we still have to fucking wear masks indoors and shit in public, regardless if people have been vaccinated or something at that point. That's not their fault. There are people who just have to go...
I never said that was their fault.
Yes, you did!
No, not for those people. I said for the ones who at least were basically spreading all the shit and also doing nothing about it.
You are saying that for the first time now.
That's what I meant, at least initially.
All right, you fucking soy boy beta cuck.
I don't even know what that even means, man, because I'm not that at all.
All right, well, that's a little more clear. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
dude, I wasn't gonna. No. Listen, look. Wait. Hold on. Let me explain myself. I was never I was not gonna say oh yeah, if you're out there and you're already still safe, oh well, too bad, boo hoo. I'm not saying that. And that's okay. And maybe I could have been a little more clear, but that's not what I meant. And I also meant it half intentionally half funny because of the fact that it is a rough time, but you gotta have like basically try to laugh about something. As morbid as that. That's how at least I feel.
Yeah, like I thought you were. I didn't realize you were talking about just like natural selection in terms of intelligence.
That's not even natural selection though. That's literally the people who are basically masking up, being social distance, and also washing their hands and even using gallons of hand sanitizer. Those are the ones that are above the food chain, obviously. My whole thing was that like there's the ratio of it is that there are way more people that who do get it and who do spread it are the ones that don't do any of those things. And
I mean,
obviously,
I would
yeah.
hope so. I
mean, yeah.
How do you measure that? Like, is there someone taking a poll out there, like on like some back room of like CNN or some shit? Which, by the way, there was actually like some video that leaked about CNN recently that was posted on Twitter about how like some executive wished that more people died from COVID because they wanted to exaggerate the numbers a little more. It got deleted immediately.
Jesus Christ.
Literally got deleted immediately.
Holy crap.
Makes sense. It's not surprising at all. It's the news. They only care about ratings. But point is there like some other back room there where people are like measuring how like the amount of people that die from COVID being like, okay, boomer retarded and like people who really did not deserve to die. Which I don't think anyone deserves to. I think they should like at least get a fair warning beforehand. I think death.
But they did got fair warnings though.
Yeah,
you got all the warnings from the world.
Okay,
the WHO, the CDC, the government. Everyone fucking told you.
I will absolutely concede that. That is a really good point. You got that. See, Dennis, what I thought you meant is that I thought you meant you wanted more fucking innocent people to die. That's what it sounded like to me when you said it. I mean, if it's in terms of natural selection and later on down the line where you haven't reached herd immunity yet, but most people have gotten their vaccines or enough people have gotten their vaccines, if at that point you don't get your shot and you get COVID,
that's your fault.
I do not fucking feel bad. I don't feel bad for you at all.
Fault.
Like that's on you. You're a moron. Like if you think that like if you're tweeting from your iPhone that like you're not getting the shot because you don't want the government to track you, guess what? Your parents might be related. You should probably send some DNA to ancestry.com. Get that shit checked out because I guarantee your mom is like your dad's son or some shit. Like, wait, your daughter, I'm fucking whatever. I get one of them is like the other's parent or some shit or their siblings or cousins.
What is this, Alabama?
Exactly, pretty much. And dude, I gotta be honest. Calling people inbred has easily become one of my favorite insults. Easily.
It's not like hasn't been used before though.
It's unique though, man. Like whenever somebody says something so fucking astronomically, like like diarrhea to birth of booty, like I fucking retarded levels of dumb. I don't even call them stupid. I literally just go to them and be like, all right, listen, man, I have a genuine. In regards to this, in regards to your statement, I have a genuine question for you. And they'll be like, all right, yeah, and they'll be like wanting to have a discussion as if I'm taking their point seriously. As if I'm like taking their fucking point seriously that they just said like, oh yeah, COVID and mass shootings aren't real or whatever. Be like, oh yes, let's have a discussion about this. What do you think? And I literally, all I say is like, are your parents related? That's all I say. Like, are your parents related?
Can I tell you something that I found
Honest question.
Out? There was a vote. I believe somewhere. I think it was somewhere like in the Midwest. I think in the Mississippi or wherever. Like one of them Dixie states. They
one of those down 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 down
fuck my cousin type of states. They okay. Wait. Lost my train of thought.
I didn't even know I could play this banjo.
My mouth banjo. But there was basically a vote, I think, in some state that basically there is one state that basically still has to this day. I don't know this for sure because like the way I read it was kind of like okay, but I thought you got rid of that in 1865. Like there is like a state somewhere out there that apparently still has like slavery legal, and they just I think a couple days ago, or I think it was fairly recently, there was 4 Republican senators that I think basically either the way I read it either voted to do away with it or voted to do away with it, and I think one of them even like basically had the balls to say that slavery is not real. And like I don't there's not a lot of things that shock me, but like I don't care how southern you are, even everyone else down there acknowledges that yes, slavery was real, but you have these fucking senators saying that like, oh yeah, no, it wasn't real. Same as the fucking COVID
Yeah,
pandemic
I think
and
it was
everything
like
else.
9 years ago or whatever that like the fucking black people's right to vote was like officially ratified in like one of those southern states. I think it might have been Kentucky. Literally 9 years ago. I'm not kidding.
Sheesh.
This is America. Don't get. Which, speaking of, have you ever seen the women's edit of This Is America?
Kind of don't want to.
Oh, Dennis. Oh my God.
I feel as if it's about as menstrually charged as I'd imagine it to be.
Oh, Dennis. Holy fuck. I mean, I think it got like reposted a bunch of times because the original literally, like, they took it down from how much fucking hard backlash they got on that shit.
Oh, wait, David.
It was some woman named Nicole Arbor or something like that. I don't even want to say their name, but I already did like to give them that. It was like 2 years ago. They released. It's exactly what it sounds like, by the way. It is a women's edit of Childish Gambino's "This Is America," which I'm sure if you don't know that song, I'm sure. Yeah, everybody knows that song, but if you don't know what it is, that song is a very, very hard-hitting and real political commentary on a lot of issues that African Americans face in this country, and mass shootings and, you know, smoking weed, how like the police will care way more about a black person smoking weed than a white person shooting up a school, which is just fucking facts in this country. And
it's been memed to death.
Moron and some dumbass like white woman made like an edit for that, trying to equate what African Americans go through in this country to
white
women,
bitches, to white bitches,
but specifically white women too.
So white bitches, basically.
Yeah, it's not even like a white person. It's not even like a right wing person kind of thing. It's literally like she tried to make it seem like women, even including white women, go through the same thing in America
David,
as
can I
black
ask you something?
people.
Can I ask you something?
What's up?
Like, you have noticed that like white ladies have been trying to hijack every fucking like major movement in the last like 2 years, right? They've been trying to hijack everything and make it about themselves somehow. White bitches hijacked the Black Lives Matter movement. Do you remember how many, like, basically when all those riots were going on, how many of those white bitches took to fucking Instagram and basically hijacked it in a way where it's like, you know, it's like, yes, I do stand for Black Lives Matter, but like, you know, there were also then a bunch of other videos.
Oh, dude, are you kidding? It's performative as fuck.
I know, that's why I'm saying, like, you know, that's why, like, this whole video, like, I groaned because, like, one, I'm not surprised, and two, like, you know,
it was years ago.
Like, white bitches try to hijack everything, like they really do. Like,
influencers,
they reformed Brooklyn. They reformed Brooklyn.
The top 5 worst human beings in the world right now, and I'm not really kidding.
Who's your worst top 5 then? Including
you're putting me on the spot here for that.
Yeah.
I'm
actually curious.
Let me think for a second.
Okay, one is influencers, obviously.
I will say influencers is one of them. This isn't ranked, by the way. Influencers is one of them. Rich lobbyists, pretty much all like the rich people who like buy, you know, the politicians in Congress, like you know, the NRA, shit like that and whatnot. Like
major companies, Fortune 500s, all them. Yeah.
Top pharmaceutical reps. Like pharmaceutical company CEOs.
Wouldn't they still be a part of like the top 500? They'd still be in the same gang, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they're sort of in that same boat as lobbyists, I suppose. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, that could sort of be 2.5.
I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
I suppose. I don't know.
Okay.
Let me think for a second. Probably the Paul brothers.
Oh, Jake and Logan?
Logan Paul and Jake Paul, I think are definitely up there. But they're also influencers.
Yeah, so
they're also in there.
Dude, you have to, if you want to break it down in a broad sense, you have 3 people. As far as the categories go, like they're all in the same sort of categories that you already listed off. Like influencers, top 500. No, that's two categories.
Let's see.
Politicians.
Oh, fuck. I mean, I'm trying to think of worse people. Like I want to say Republicans, but that's. I'm trying to like lobby these. I don't even think I can make a top 5. I think I need more. I think I need like top 10 or something like that because I want to include rapists, of course, but I also want to include
criminals.
I also want to include not even criminals because there are people who are in prison for smoking weed. They're criminals.
Okay.
Dennis, so I don't want to say criminals as a whole.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I want to say rapists. Obviously, they're definitely on that list. But at the same time, on like a much lower spot on that list, I also want to include people who falsely accuse others of rape. I want to put that on there as well, which I think that happened to like Vinny of Vsauce recently. I think there was like some 40-page document about him recently, which no, same thing as the Danny Sexbang situation. So it's just people accusing him of like doing groupie shit and like having sex with like 22-year-olds and stuff, even though he's in his 30s. Same thing.
So just finger pointing.
Even if he's incriminated, he did not do a single illegal thing. So it's I knew about this because I listened to it on the official podcast, which if you want to hear some good old-fashioned fucking ranting on cancel culture in the best ways you possibly can, that was probably one of my favorite episodes of the official podcast, episode 227. Go listen to it if you want to hear that kind of shit, because they were making so many great points. They were like, DMX, right? God rest his soul.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
God rest DMX's soul. He had like 14 kids with 14 different women.
Yeah.
And the reason that he died partially broke was child support to all those women.
Yeah.
He did that a lot and had sex with a lot of young women on that front. That's his business. Here's the thing. Why did he never get canceled for that?
Wait, canceled for what? Like
having sex with women when there was such a big age difference. When he was having sex with young women.
Were they 18 though?
No, they were legal. To my knowledge.
Then that's why then.
To my knowledge.
Why.
So why was he not canceled?
Because they're 18.
We tried to cancel Danny Sexbang for having sex with a groupie who was like a couple years younger than him, even though she was 22, perfectly legal. Same thing, they're trying to do that to Vinny from Vsauce right now. It's almost like we hold internet personalities to some sort of unreasonable standard of moral code, and then when they do the exact same fucking thing as your favorite rock star, you suddenly care for some reason. And I don't know if it's because you have like some sort of closer interaction with them or if it's the parasocial relationship. You know, celebrities are on a much different plane. You likely never knew DMX personally. You probably don't know any of these actual rock stars. You watch these people's videos, it's much more on a personal level. Well,
he's not really a rock star. He's like,
rap star, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hip-hop artist, yeah.
Hip-hop artist, yeah. It's almost like they're held to this different kind of standard, but they point out those hypocrisies and stuff a lot on that episode, and how cancel culture really highlights a select minority of people and literally highlights them as like some sort of majority because social media gives them that kind of platform. If you want to hear a good old-fashioned rant on cancel culture, I agreed with almost everything they said. Except for what the 227, yeah. You should listen to the official podcast. You would fucking love it. That podcast has your name all over it, dude. I'm not even kidding. The only thing I disagreed with was Jackson and Kaya, who were the two non-American people on that podcast. They kept saying, like, oh, why don't they ever go to the police? And I don't know.
She's like, yo, we wish we could, yo.
I don't know if it's different in Australia and I think Germany, where Kaya lives. He's Turkish, but he lives in Germany, I think. I don't know if it's different over there.
There's a lot of them over there, Turkish people.
Yeah, the American justice system kind of takes a shit on sexual assault cases. They don't care. They really don't fucking care. Cops don't care. Sometimes, depending on how like right wing they are, they'll side with the rapist half the time. You know, like I remember that like white dude or whatever who shot up that fucking Asian beauty salon.
Yeah.
They literally like said like, oh, this was a young man who had a bad day. And I think the cop might have been misinterpreted in that particular case. Because, yeah, he could have been a young kid who had a bad day, edgy and whatnot. Here's the thing. Who fucking cares? That doesn't give you an excuse to like do like literally murder people. But the way he phrased it kind of made it sound like he was like trying to get people to sympathize with him. I've had a lot of bad days, man. I never went to shoot up my fucking school. So, yeah, here's the thing. Cops are kind of useless in this country when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah.
Cops are kind of useless in this country for a lot of reasons, and sexual assault things are one of them. Like, a lot of the times, cops literally make that shit worse, which is why I think it's funny as fuck that some people think having, like, fucking security guards at Smash events is a good idea. Yeah, they're not going to escalate situations when some kid throws their controller off across the venue after getting camped out by a fucking Sonic. That's not going to happen. Sure.
I have one thing to add.
Yeah, what's up?
Like, as far as, like, comparing at least DMX to, Who from Vsauce? I forgot like what the fuck his name was. What was
Vsauce Michael here?
Oh yeah.
No, it was Vsauce.
Hey Vsauce. Hey Michael, it's Vsauce. Oh, so that's where that was from.
Hey Michael, Vsauce here. It was no, it was Vinny from Vsauce.
Vinny from Vsauce, and then plus
Which is gonna be fine. I feel like anybody with a brain, you go on.
Yeah, they'll be fine. But my whole thing was a bit different than that. Was that DMX, from what I remember about him, he never really he didn't really try to paint himself as like the good guy ever. Which is also, I think, the reason why that a lot of people like didn't go after him for like having sex with all these women. Like he never came across as like, or never even wanted to become across as like a good guy. I mean, you could say that. I mean,
but people still idolize him, which is fine.
I know, and I still idolize him. But that's also why I'm saying like it's the ones who like love to put themselves in a positive light that tend to also get canceled hard. The ones who don't ever try to do that, their response, or at least the public's response to them, is always way less than the ones that like love to come across as like, oh, I love my community and all that. At least that's what I noticed, because Bill Burr has gotten mad shit, but
they mentioned Bill Burr on the official that episode of the official podcast.
Like he got mad shit for the one SNL skit that he did where he basically bashed on white women, and like also I think he was, I don't know why he was this, but he was hosting the Grammys, I think, for some fucking reason.
I was gonna say literally why.
Yeah, I know. Like,
you're getting this fucking comedian from Philly to fucking host the music awards?
No, not Philly, Boston.
Oh, I thought he was from Philly. My bad.
Nah, big difference. But I know at least Bostonians love to say so. But like, and he got mad shit too. But at the same time, though, like, again, it's also because like Bill never came across as like, it's like, yeah, I care about everybody, peace and love and all that shit. Like he never came across as that at all. He gave shit to everybody. And I think it's also the reason why, like, that's almost like in this sort of industry, you kind of have to, like, if you want to protect yourself already, like, from from ever getting, like, I guess, canceled that hard. I mean, not even Danny or Vinny from Vsauce, I think, is like, they're not gonna get canceled. Like, they just got like, some people like talking whatever on Twitter, and that was it. But like, fucking Bill, like, he said worse shit, and if anything, he's done worse shit. Or no, he's said worse shit than Danny. That's for sure. But like, he does get backlash too, but like at the end of the day, like it goes away after a day. Like, I still remember the fucking outrage that people had over Bill for that SNL skit, and how he basically bashed on white women, because the only people who were retweeting were fucking gay ass white knights and basically all the white women. Like those are the only ones who came out in force and like tried to like take Bill down, but like Bill just just wipes his brushes his shoulder off, like it's like, all right, that's enough of that. Let's keep it rolling. Count your money.
It's a new thing. Like I feel like it's the format of social media really brings it to this kind of place. It's always trending and stuff when like somebody does something wrong in that kind of sense. And do not get me wrong, I think sometimes. Excuse me, I'm eating. I got a nut bar.
Ooh.
I think some people.
Nuts.
Yeah, this man could. Definitely busting a nut bar right now. I get it. It's a genital joke. I think sometimes it like. I think sometimes it like if somebody does something actually fucking heinous, then like actually like illegal, like this person is legit a pedophile, cancel the fuck out of them. Like go on that route. But like a lot of the time it is people just projecting their own moral code. Like how long are we gonna go for like the power dynamic argument that probably originated like on some subreddit somewhere in like some case where it might have been applicable, and it applied to every time there's an age difference between two people hooking up. How often are we gonna do that? If nothing illegal happens, literally, you can be offended by it, you can be upset by something, but the person doesn't deserve to lose their career because of your own fucking morals. That doesn't make any sense on that front. And there's just a glorious double standard, awesome double standard, dude, on how celebrities have been doing this for years. You watch like fucking
the Kardashians, everyone on Entertainment Weekly, but like
Bohemian,
all these people who come out in these entertainment news, like you guys gobble this shit up, and you hear like them doing some crazy shit. Like, I still remember the Chris Brown and Rihanna beef.
Again, we're having the same conversation. Official podcast, they mentioned Chris Brown and how people idolized him, beat Rihanna within an inch of her fucking life. And then he still gets deals. People still love him. People still idolize him. But no, we gotta cancel fucking Vinny for having sex with a woman younger than him. It's like, people are just bored? Are they just virtue signaling or something like that? Dennis, listen to me for a second. Where was the place you would ever expect, like, for this kind of stuff to happen, right? Bohemian Rhapsody. The movie. The recent movie.
Okay.
Rami Malek playing Freddie Mercury. It's the Queen movie. Queen biopic, I should say, not documentary, of Freddie Mercury. There is a montage. A montage of them hitting it big and getting mad groupies. And, like, hooking up with them and shit. Younger than they were.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Way younger than they were. It's glorified when it comes to rock stars and when it comes to celebrities and stuff like that. It's glorified for them to have sex with women younger than them. Nobody bats an eye. The second that a YouTuber does it, the second that, like, one of these so-called influencers does it, and I'm not saying they're always the best of people. A lot of the times, influencers are some fucking shit-tier human beings for other reasons. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them are drama llamas, just waiting for the shit like that, and oh my god, it's like, why are we canceling them? Just because you can? Because you have that kind of power? It is virtue signaling. A lot of people on the other side of the argument like to say, no, people just like to say it's virtue signaling because they're projecting their own moral code, or they just don't care about, like, sexual assault kind of stuff. It's like, no, it's because we care that we're acknowledging this for what it is and how it devalues actual victims of sexual assault. The people who ratted out Call Me Carson, like the people who were, like, friends with him, for having sex with a woman who was 2 fucking years younger than him. A lot of the times people go straight to Twitter, which always makes things worse, usually.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
They didn't even go straight to Twitter. They went straight to Keemstar. To Keemstar. A guy whose whole career is, like, causing drama and, like, reporting on drama between these people, exacerbating it to make it worse. It's a joke. Like, it's all such a joke. This is why I don't understand people when they say cancel culture isn't real. It is real because for some reason, it's a problem when normal people do this kind of stuff, but celebrities get a pass. Dennis, I will never forget. I think it was like an old BuzzFeed video or some article video or something like that, which, don't watch BuzzFeed videos, obviously, but, like, there was this, it was like this journalist, right? It's this really, really fucking tall journalist. Like, he was as tall as me, bulky dude as well. He was a journalist for, whatever that website was, right? That website, they had an idea, right? They were gonna pose him off as, like, a pro basketball player and send him into, like, a bar. And that's what they did. And his friends were there, and they were, like, taping it on their phones, right? And they were watching how this guy was treated. He was getting free drinks all night. Women were up on him. He was literally getting mad women to make out with him who didn't know who he fucking was, simply for telling them he was a basketball player. Meanwhile, this guy's a journalist for some fucking website. The whole time. He's not a fucking pro basketball player. He just looks like one and told people to pass it off, and they treated him like he was a god. It's insane how fucking insanely fucking fake and loose some people are, man. I see it on a much smaller scale in the Smash community with people who are good at the game, even though people sometimes point that out, but Smash Twitter is already a fucking horrendous shit show in and of itself. I try to partake of Smash information and news as little as fucking possible. I dealt with shit like that for years. I'm pretty fucking done at this point. Point is, that was an example of that on a grander scale. This guy will do it. You're cool with him making out with a bunch of women way younger than him? Because he's a basketball player. Because he's cool. He's awesome. It's like he's awesome in that way. Because, like, he gets put on a pedestal. Nah. Turns out a YouTuber somewhere is human. Gotta cancel that person. It's just insane. And to me, is one of the many literal proofs of why cancel culture is not only very much a thing, but why it's kind of a problem. The only good thing I will say, though, is that I think after the Danny situation and, like, the Vsauce situation and whatnot, it's a good and a bad thing. Because I feel like people are, like, much more open-minded to the fact that, like, okay, we should wait for the fucking facts before this stuff comes out.
I don't know about that.
But at the same
personally.
time, it's also dangerous because the more of these hilarious stories come out, and I say hilarious because they're fucking nothing to be a big deal about. Oh, a guy had sex with like a 22-year-old and he's like 30. Who fucking cares? It's legal. A grown-ass woman made her own decision. But the power dynamic, whatever. All it does, over and over again, like I mentioned a couple episodes ago, is that it devalues actual victims of sexual assault. They can't come out on Twitter about their stories now. They're going to get called liars. They're going to get called whores. They're going to get called fake. They're going to get called clout chasers. It's literally the people who perpetuate cancel culture the most and say we have to hold these people accountable. Mm-hmm. They are the ones who are making it fucking worse. They're the ones who are constantly making it worse. Didn't mean to go on as big of a rant as that as I did, but apparently that seems to be the theme of this episode, huh, Dennis? I'm gonna go back to eating my nut bar now.
Okay, I mean, and just to add a couple things, like, you know, David, like, this is something that I told you, like, from the very first time we even talked about this. It's manufactured outrage from all these people. And that's what people on these social media sites do. And you already know that, but, like, you know, we've seen it for basically years now at this point. And only other thing I have to say to that is basically, like, it's also for that reason that, like, I don't fucks with these sites. I don't like going on a lot of them. Facebook or Twitter. Especially Twitter, I guess, because, like, that's the one that I'm actually on now, kind of. But, like, I don't know. Like, my feed is... I mean, I don't really have too many people, like, that I follow, per se. But it's, like, at least when it comes...
You follow Nintoonist and give me the silent fuck yous.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like, I'm a ninja like that. And you don't even read them anyway, so...
I haven't... They didn't show up. I don't know why, but they didn't fucking show up.
You lie to me.
No, I absolutely would have replied to that shit. You know it. Come on, man. You think I would leave that shit unchecked?
I was kind of sad a couple times, low-key. I'm gonna be real with you. Every time I drop those and, like, I get nothing, I was like, you know what? Fuck David.
Let's do it. Let's do a test. Do it next time I tweet. If you see it, like, whatever next time I tweet is, just like, I know you don't use Twitter, but if you ever happen to be on it, just literally go to that post, drop a silent fuck you, and then leave. Okay? I promise you, I will respond to it if I do see it. And if not, I think you probably got blacklisted by Twitter for being Asian or something. I don't know.
Being a bot, because I do.
Because you
Twitter
retweet all the fucking giveaways.
Giveaway, yeah. That's all I do. Like, that's literally the only reason why I even made a Twitter from the beginning. It was not until that we made this podcast that I was kind of like, oh, I could use this for other things.
I've won a Twitter giveaway before.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
What'd you win?
I won a custom GameCube controller.
Ooh.
Yeah, some like...
Have I seen it?
I mixed some parts in and of around it. I don't think I have it anymore. I like put different parts in like different controller shells and stuff. But yeah, whoever like the account was, might have been Tall Father Customs or Battle Beaver. I don't really remember. They messaged me at like 3 in the morning, and I know because I was awake. I was at my friend's house at a fest. And I saw that, like, oh, congratulations, you won our giveaway. And I was like, holy fuck. Oh, dude, let's go. People actually do win these things. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I've been fucking entering like hundreds of them, and I haven't won shit yet. I thought it was just a giant clout chasing sweepstakes, which, you know, they are. It's a way to get people to retweet you. But I didn't know they actually gave away the shit at the end of the day. I thought it was just like, haha, fuck you. I got you all to retweet me and give me more exposure for no reason.
Yeah, and give me more followers. But
then he makes a video of himself just like licking the controller.
But that's also
you will never get this. You will never get this.
Wait. That's why I do like the videos though that then show like the winner, or like, I mean, if the winner like does want to be seen, I do appreciate it. Like when like the next video afterwards, like they do reveal like, oh yeah, we have a winner. It's like, you know, blah 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 blah, and like, you know, he won the controller. Like, you know, let's give him all a hand. Anyways, yeah, onto the video.
Blah 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 blah. Come on down.
Like, I love those types of videos just because at least it proves to me, okay, wow, someone does win these things, like you said. But I mean, I don't know, like social media just gives me like a bad taste in my mouth, like a lot of times. And we already kind of did the last episode talking about it, so I'm not gonna go more into
we really
it,
don't
but,
even
you
have
know,
to.
Yeah, like, you know, just not about it. unless it makes me money. But yeah, not about it. I mean, yeah, that would be my only reason why like I would be on social media as much as I kind of would be, is if I got paid for it. That would be the only reason why. Like, being real with everyone here, like, this is the reason why, because social media, depending on who you are, is like legit a full-time job, depending on who you are.
Yeah.
You know? And like, that in and of itself is like, unless I get paid for that shit, like, no. Not gonna make a Twitter and actually post shit on it. No. Fuck that shit. And fuck Facebook too for that reason. Hell no.
They're both trash, but for very different reasons, which we mentioned last week. I swear to God. They are like technology's cocktease. Seems like an amazing thing, social media, and it has the potential to be. And it has done some good, but I personally think mostly bad. If you want to know more about that,
go to our last episode.
Yeah, we talked about it last week on our last episode of Vape Around the Poker Table. Which could have been named something else, but me and Dennis have been talking about that lately. It'll be cool. They're like technology's cocktease, right? Of social media. But you want to know? You want to know what nature's cocktease is?
Bears. Explained it.
Beats Battlestar Galactica.
All right, you just fucking lost me. What? What?
Yeah, I guess you're not as white as I am. That was an Office quote.
I mean, I mean, if we're gonna also be talking about Battlestar Galactica, like, I watched.
I don't know. I was just making a quote about Battlestar Galactica. I don't know anything about it.
Battlestar Galactica is definitely one of those shows that like kind of just whooshed past me when I was like a kid, because like, I don't know. I always saw it and I always thought like, is this Star Wars? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's got spaceships and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like,
is it a Star War? Is it a Star Trek?
Is it a galaxy war?
Is it a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or some shit? What the fuck is this?
Never give up. Never surrender.
No, it's bears, dude.
Bears.
You want to know why? It's
Explain,
like,
please.
They're so adorable. Bears are so cute. You ever see one? There's this video.
No, the cubs are. If you're looking at a legit grizzly bear, like, I still think, like, that will kill me.
No, Dennis, check this out. Hold on a second. This is a very short video. I will send it to you.
Wait, can you screen share here? I think you can, David.
I'm pretty sure I can, so I think I can show you right now. I literally just have to... Oh, fuck, I don't remember the name of the video. It's in my history somewhere. I have to find it. So, in the meantime, point is, bears are so fucking cute, and you want to just... They look like giant fat dogs, and you would want to just like go up and like hug them and stuff, and just like squeeze them real close. Imagine it would feel so good to hug a bear. It would be like a giant pillow, literally all over your body, and then it like strokes your back and stuff with its warm little paws and everything. But they are nature's cocktease, because you can't get near it, or it'll fucking Mortal Kombat fatality you.
Yeah,
it'll like fucking Kano like put its paw through your heart. Like
it will literally end you. Like it will. I don't know what's worse to either a crocodile or an alligator getting killed by that, or mauled by a bear.
Right.
Because they're both not, for the most part at least, like quick deaths. Because also that bear could also want to play with its food, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like, check this out, Dennis, and tell me this isn't cute. I'll post this video.
Oh no, I've seen this.
Oh, isn't this amazing?
Yeah. No. I know it. I know it is.
He even fucking waves at her.
That's why I do agree.
Waves, and it's sitting on its like hind legs. It's looking like this giant fat little fucking turd. It's like, can I has the bread?
Yeah, and then once he's over that fence, he'll literally kill you.
Exactly. It's like, brother. Brother, do you have some oats?
But
I require more oats.
To push back a little bit on your take, I've seen a lot of animals basically act in a real cute and cuddly way
as bait.
Animals, yeah, like as almost like babies. Like I've seen tigers lions. I'm not talking about Joey.
Oh my!
Like, I'm not talking about them, but like I've seen YouTube videos, like think from random like users. I call them random users because like I don't know who you are. Like you have like 2 subscribers, but like you somehow have like 1 million views on your fucking video. But
sometimes that happens, and it usually means that somebody wrote up on another guy's jock.
Maybe it could be. But I've seen like all those videos where like the lions, tigers, and all them like basically alpha predators, like being like all like cute and cuddly with like, I guess, I don't know, the caretaker, whoever the fuck's in like the enclosure with them.
Yeah.
But it's like, but at the same time, like, you are right. I think we could put bears and all those other animals also within like that whole category of nature's cockteases because like, because we love like, I mean, human beings for the most part, like, obviously do love cute shit, and we like seeing it. But it's like that is also, it's also crazy like how these animals like think like just they don't even have to do much,
Yeah.
Like they just have to sit down and look at you without roaring or gritting their teeth or whatever, and you'll go like, or people for the most part will go like, oh,
Yeah.
But then like. It makes you forget that these things will fucking kill you.
Yeah.
These things will fucking maul your head and your entire and basically everything else, really.
Yeah.
Like it'll legit murder you.
If Leo DiCaprio like winning Best Actor for the first time, if all it took for him to do that was getting mauled by a bear,
he'd do it.
He did.
He'd do it.
He did.
I know. That's why.
You know that movie. Like literally, all it took was him getting mauled by a bear to finally get best actor for Oscars. If that itself wasn't proof of, if that alone didn't show you, you shouldn't get near bears, then nothing will. And you're probably gonna walk towards one outside, even if it's a public place. No mask because you're definitely an anti-vaxxer if you're walking towards a bear. That natural selection, like we talked about, Dennis.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't disagree. Like, like straight up, I think, like, that's also why
waves at her. It's just like,
it's also why I do have a bit of respect for a lot of like those animals, and it's also the reason why I don't fuck with them at all. Like, I mean, if I saw a bear from a distance and it was like a good sized fence, I'd be like, oh yeah, like look at that bear chilling. Like, I also feel bad for a lot of animals too, because it's like, I could maul you with my hands. And I'm stuck in here. Like, I always thought about that. It's like, just to try to get into their heads, It's like, I am the king. Like, I am the king of the jungle or the forest, wherever the fuck I'm from, right?
You as a human, you mean?
No, if I could put myself in their brains.
Oh, okay.
Like, I would go mad. I would go insane. Like, thinking, I should be out there killing shit. And, like, I'm in here waving hi to all these other fucking idiots like out there across the glass and shit. Like, I should kill you with my hands right now. Like that fence is the only thing preventing me from putting you on a newspaper.
And let the doom music kick in.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just a random thought, but like I always like it's also the reason why like I always felt bad for like kind of going to zoos and shit. I get a little low key depressed because it always just kind of like doesn't seem right to me, because it's like these fucking things should be out there, like in their natural habitat. Like I mean, and people even argue like, oh wow, you're real hippy dippy, like fucking zoo hater. I kind of do hate zoos, low key. Like not even low key, high key. I hate zoos because like I also kind of like feel also maybe not too bad for fishes because like fishes kind of like have nothing going on in there really, but like like they don't really got like
even in like the Bible or whatever, because like on Good Friday or whatever, like hardcore Christians don't eat meat on Fridays.
Yeah, so
they can still eat fish. Yeah, because it's just not considered meat, even though fish is technically a living creature, but they're literally just so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That even like fucking major world religions do not consider them worthy of shit.
Yeah,
besides being eaten.
But yeah, I can't help but also kind of agree with that. This is one of the few things that I would agree with religion. But it's like, yeah, like I have no punction like fucking eating fish. Like, I mean, I have no compunction to even eat meat regardless. But it's like when I see like a live animal like within like an enclosure, like I'm just kind of like, I like, I wish I was just like that much of maybe a little bit more of a rebel that like I'd let you free, but also at the same time, like, I'd release a fucking tiger in New York City. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
But it's like it kind of like just like a little bit of tug of war in there, but and then I see like even sharks. Sharks are the alpha predators of the fucking sea, is like basically, and I also heard that like I think their population numbers have been going down over the last couple of years.
Really?
I heard it's because like people have been hunting them nonstop.
Right.
Like great whites, all of them, like they've just been hunting them nonstop. Like I don't even know if you could call them poachers because like the ocean's the ocean, like the ocean's definitely one of those places where like I mean you got the Coast Guard, sure, but it's like you go out far enough, like you can do whatever the fuck you want basically.
There's a Twitter page that exists called Terrors of the Deep.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it sounds like. I don't think I think when most people think of the ocean, right? They think of like beautiful sunny beaches, MTV filming Spring Break over there by the kiosk in the background, the beautiful luscious blues off
Wait
the
till you go out
golden
to the
ray of
ocean.
the sun. No, never.
Wait till you go out into the ocean.
Fuck
yeah.
that. Fuck that. Fuck every give me all the COVID instead. I like all of it. In the entire world. Like, before I go out to the fucking ocean. Dude, the ocean is horrifying.
Yeah.
The fucking things that live down there.
We don't even know. Like,
there's more, too, that we probably don't even know about.
There's still plenty of shit down. Like, I don't even think we've fully explored the whole thing either. So it's like, because, like, our equipment just, like, can't deal with the pressure, like, going all the way deep down.
Have you ever seen a fucking anglerfish? They're not even the most terrifying thing down there.
I believe that. Fuck yeah.
Dude, it's like literally, and the best part
with the ocean.
is it's literally pitch black down there too.
Yeah.
Because you're as far away from like the fucking like the sea level
From the sun. Yeah,
from the sun as you can be. It's a different world down there, which is part of why I appreciate the Star Fox level aquas. In Star Fox 64, there's like a submarine level that you unlock, and that level
is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah,
okay.
and that level is fucking horrifying. Because you're at the sea fucking floor in like a submarine and you're just Fox is down there alone, like all isolated, and there's this like angelic music playing as well, and you literally have to keep firing torpedoes that have like flashlights on them to see where you're going.
Jesus Christ.
Meanwhile, there's just like fucking fish and shit everywhere. It's like really that captured the actual like raw nature-esque like I'm gonna fucking murder you fear of the ocean better than any video game I've ever played. Because you play like Mario Sunshine. Cutesy little Mario game, rated E for everyone. One of the greatest video games. One of Mario's greatest games. I mean, not true.
I will agree.
That's debatable.
I kind of will agree. I kind of do agree. It's up there with.
We're too far into this episode for the Sunshine debate.
But I'm just saying, it is a good game.
No. I know. I'm just saying that for the sake of the joke.
I will also say, like, Galaxy is probably a bit higher up there, but like, Sunshine has like a special place in my heart. I have a bit of a bias towards that.
Fucking love that game. Are you joking?
That's just my take. We'll get into that debate when we get into it in the future. But like, that's just my whole thing.
I could say some shit about it. If you want to hear some of my thoughts on Sunshine, go check out my episode of the episode of the Cooped Up podcast that I was on a few weeks ago. Definitely check that out. We briefly talked about Sunshine.
One thing. There is a game that I've been playing low key. This game has basically given me a newfound fear of the ocean. Not to mention also like kind of made me respect it as well. Mm-hmm. And it's called a Subnautica. I don't know if any of you
I've heard of that.
It. Yeah, it's basically like a deep sea sort of exploration kind of game, and like you kind of collect resources. It's kind of like No Man's Sky, but in the ocean, basically. And it's like I played a couple minutes of that game, and like there's this thing called like a Leviathan that basically like it's this gigantic fuck you like sea creature that will like basically destroy your submersible like easily.
Dennis, is it this? Is it this?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Exactly that.
I just googled Subnautica. Yeah, this is one of the first things. Oh my god.
Yeah. This is one of those games that like really makes you kind of. I mean, the creatures in there aren't actually real. Some of them do.
I was gonna say, what the fuck is that thing?
David has like a clam with a fin on it, but like the game itself. I know. Like there's like the creatures aren't real, obviously. But
do you have any goldfish for me too?
But my whole point is that like this game basically kind of captures like it's because the ocean is two things.
Yeah.
it's straight up fear, and then also wonderment.
Yeah.
Because the ocean is like, at least, if we're talking about the level before all the creepy shit, that we all know of, like anglerfish and stuff, the level in which like kind of that we know of the ocean, coral beds, all that stuff, like, like all that stuff is like beautiful. God. Like no question. But literally it's a 2-part world where it's like you go farther down and you'll wish that you were either dead,
which you'll probably get that wish in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, probably. Like either wish you're dead or that you wish you never came down here. Like, why the fuck did you come down here?
Oh my God.
Is what you'd be telling yourself.
That thing is
like
fucking. Usually things don't send true shivers up my spine like that. But I just Googled Subnautica, and that was one of the first things that came up. Holy fuck. I feel chills all over. That thing is terrifying. Yeah. Holy shit.
David, would you like to play a co-op stream of Subnautica with me one day?
How's about? No.
With all our lights off, too, and everything.
Oh,
oh my God.
At least it's not dark. At least it's like an exaggerated brightness of the ocean.
Yeah.
You're at the sea floor, and it's all blue. If anything, you really want to make that shit more accurate and scary. Make it fucking pitch black down there. Like the ocean actually looks. But yeah, you compare it to a game like Sunshine, which like, glorifies like the surface of the ocean, which is like luscious blues. Because I'll tell you, the water in Sunshine looks better than like any other Mario game, low-key. On the fucking low-key. That game like really like takes up like the actual like, nature-esque MTV, not nature-esque,
Caribbean
Caribbean vacation-y, image of it. It's just so insane. That's another nature's cocktease. The ocean
itself,
it looks so beautiful, but it's not. It's fucking. God, Jesus, this thing looks like a vagina with teeth. Oh my God, and like weird, creepy. That thing actually does not look like it's of this world. It looks like an alien.
But here's the thing, though: a lot of stuff further deep down there look as if they're not of this world at all. They look almost alien. Yeah,
like actual there are actual fucking creatures. I'm telling you, like, if you're one of those like horror enthusiasts, I am not. I only saw this because like somebody retweeted it on my timeline, and I'm like, why did I have to see that today? Look up the Twitter page Terrors of the Deep. If you're into that freaky deaky nature stuff, then by all means check out that Twitter page. If you're a human being with like a soul and a brain, I implore you to not do that. But
for the sake of your soul.
Just for the sake of your soul, which might exit your body upon looking at this page. Literally, like, the profile picture of that Twitter page is terrifying. It's, it's called Terrors of the Deep. Don't Google it.
There was another scene that I'm thinking of, if we're talking about the ocean and stuff. Did you ever watch the second Jurassic World movie?
I never did.
Okay. There is a scene in there where, like, a couple guys go back to the park, because the park was basically torn down and like destroyed in the first movie. So these guys go back to the park, right? And there is a sea enclosure. I don't know if you ever heard like what a mosasaur is, but it's essentially a big fuck you alligator dinosaur. You could look that up, like at least Mosasaur Jurassic World. I don't know why. I even heard that, like, at least for the sake of the movie, they made it huge.
It's the best description.
It's like
it's just this big fuck you, like, water alligator dinosaur.
It's basically what it is. And
I believe the scientist, specifically the scientific name is the Fuckusaurus
of the sea.
Fuckusaurus of the sea.
Yes, because there's a scene in there where they basically go into this thing's enclosure because they think it's dead, but they go into this thing's enclosure in a shitty little submersible to get like some bones from like this other dinosaur from the first movie.
Right.
And there's a scene where this thing literally shows up right behind them.
Right.
Like, and it's this humongous fucking presence. Like, it's huge. Like, looking. I don't know, maybe it's like the cameras are kind of like at least playing tricks, but like in and of itself, like even from the first movie, it was a big fucking thing. Like,
what was it called?
It was huge. Mosasaur. I think Mosa.
The Mosasaurus.
A-U-R. Yeah, Mosasaurus, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's not that. At least in terms of its appearance, I mean, it is terrifying, but not in like the same way the Leviathan was. It's not like in your face this time around. It's like so much bigger than you to the point where it's just like, yeah, you know, it's just over. I'm gonna fucking die.
The one thing that they did though within that scene was that it was dark as fuck.
Right, that's what makes it terrifying.
Like, I think that's also like the reason why like people's kind of like I think you'd have to be like a special sort of person, like in that like you're kind of low key insane to not be scared of the ocean.
Yeah.
Because I think everything about it like thing would just make your brain scream like, nope. Like, no. I'll say that again. Nope. Not going in there. Hell no. I don't even care if you give me $20 million. I am not going in there. And then I also remember seeing like
I mean, it's going to be the cost of like your new appendages.
Yeah.
If you,
like,
if you fucking live when you resurface, so it's not even worth it.
That's already like PTSD that you're going to be dealing with like fucking forever. Like I am never going to be able to go to a swimming pool ever again.
It's Dennis, it's okay. You can stand in this water. You can see the whole pool from underneath it.
I'm like huddled over there. Got like the towel already over me, and it's like I haven't even gotten into the water. It's like, why do you even have the towel? It's like, you know, those like safety blankets people like, you know, ambulances give people like when they're in shock and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm already in shock just by looking at the water. Like that's how like if we're like, I love the ocean. I really do. Like I love swimming. But if I ever like if let's say they ever made like a submersible that's able to go down all the way to like let's say the very floor of the sea and they made it into like a tourist attraction, I'd be like, hell no. Fuck you and your tourist attraction.
Like shark cages?
I'm gonna go to my hotel and I'm gonna leave you a scathing review on Yelp.
You know what? I could be having
someone's probably
sex
gonna
right now.
Someone's gonna die on your watch. Bet on it. Bet on it.
Bet on me. Whoa.
I don't know that the ocean's just is a terrible fucking thing. Like not terrible, but like it's terrifying though. I don't know how like them marine biologists like think have the balls to do it, but damn, someone's got to do it. But that's also the reason why like I always found it so odd when I saw like, you know, underwater installations in like movies and like comic books and stuff, like an underwater like sort of base or kind of thing. I'm like
talking about like those oil pipes that run down there at the seafloor.
No, like in science fiction almost. Oh. It's like they literally made like a city or like a base like on the seafloor. Yeah, kind of like that. And I'm just like, you know, I could throw this rock up there. Like that one rock is like, it would be like, how hard would I have to throw this to make a crack on there to kill everybody? Because like that's immediately like the thought that would go through my head, like being in that sort of place. Because it's like, because what is stopping anything? Like a blue whale's like accidental love tap will be enough to basically destroy that whole fucking thing.
Hey, you don't understand. A blue whale could just swim its way over here and it will think our entire biodome is a mate. Do you really want a city full of whale dick?
Well, it's gonna be more water than whale.
It's just like, dude, it's just like in and out of like this hole it created. Just this giant whale cock just moving through an entire city of people.
They had to make that in there just so like that at least like, you know, at least he won't destroy the whole fucking thing. He could fuck that, but you know, like well, at least we're safe.
That
so
whale would literally gone.
Oh, like every day, like, you know, or every other day, like people would be passing by and all they'd see is like the whale just going at it from like the top of the dome. He's just like, you just see his dick going into this little cylindrical kind of hole that they made where his dick just goes in and out, and everyone's just gonna be like, all right, well, he's at it again. All right, like it's time to go to work.
Like the city like infrastructure workers are just he just kept coming back. Like he's done this 3 times now, so we just
made this.
We just had to go nuts, buddy.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we didn't know how big it was.
Intended.
It's like it like obstructs another building too. It's like already like perpendicular to another building, so like the window from there just always sees the tip of the whale cock like going down like and up every fucking day. Like it's just like, you know, like you better give me a good price for this fucking house because like I have to see that every day. Yeah, like, I have a balcony up there. I have my benches up there, bro. I have to see that every day. You better give me a good fucking price. I don't give a shit. If that is what I have to see every day, 50% off, or at least, I'm not taking it.
It's not exactly a tourist attraction. It's like
I think
imagine
people, it could be
living in that city, and the entire time you think like the way you're gonna die is just like, oh, somebody's gonna throw a rock. And like they're gonna be like kids at recess throwing a rock at the windows and stuff, just playing a game, and then they create like a leak real quick that they have like some sort of procedure for. No, you're gonna drown, but it's not even gonna be in water. You're gonna drown in whale jizz. That's how you're gonna die. Can you think of anything more unpleasant? I can think of something more pleasant.
I hate you.
And that's drowning yourself.
I hate you.
And some good old-fashioned Rise Cold Brew, baby. You know it. You can get yourself some delicious Rise Cold Brew here in all of these wonderful flavors. In original black, oat milk mocha, the oat milk latte, the classic latte, which is still available. I believe London Fog, which is a Earl Grey tea mixed with an oat milk latte. It's actually not bad. Yas, queen. Yas. And the brand new oat milk vanilla flavor, which you can get at your local King's markets right now as well. As well as oat milk in original flavor, vanilla flavor, and chocolate flavor. It's really, really bomb stuff, guys. It's like the kind of oat milk that's not even just intended for cereal or baristas. Just straight, I drink it raw. It's just that good. So, from the carton.
No, it's just taken out of context. It's like I drink that shit raw.
I don't even wait till it's grinded up into a liquid. I drink it right from the nut.
I know, but that's why oat. It just sounds so like hard. You know, it's like, I drink that shit raw.
Raw is a very meaty word. It's a very, it's a very ugly word. It's like, yeah, dude, no. I want to fuck her raw. Like that's nasty.
Yeah, but always just taken out of context though.
Yeah. Well,
it's just like I want to fucking raw.
You can
whoa.
Finish the plug.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I'll pull it back up if it wasn't there before. You can use referral link you can use the referral link in the description below and use discount code Nintoonist to get 10% off any of the wonderful products. Get 10% off your order in general as well using the discount code with the referral link below. It won't work without the referral link. It's one of the best ways to support the show as we get commissions off of those sales as well. So if you want to directly support the podcast, there you go. And as well as supporting us on our socials, which we unfortunately have. Dennis, where can they find our socials?
Okay,
thank you.
You want me to say it again? Hey, you want me to go up that mountain? Want to see me do it again?
Want to see me run to that mountain and back?
Want to see me do it again?
But the elastic waistband, able to stretch his dick into various shapes and forms. I can finally touch my toes.
I love how he doesn't just put his hands down and just extends. He moves his fucking legs, or I think he moves his entire hand or his arms around his body to touch his toes.
That's exactly what he does. He like brings his feet to like his hands behind him.
And I'm like, I just remember that, and I'm like, oh, I remember. It's Patrick. Only he's that dumb to fucking not just extend his hands down. He has to extend his legs to his hands. It's like, Patrick, like, maybe go to school or something. You know, like get your GED or something. Like, you know, just.
Would they even take him?
I mean, they took SpongeBob, and he's still at driver's school.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe Bikini Bottom's got like a No Child Left Behind type of thing.
That would be very surprising, considering most of their residents are like idiots.
That do be true.
That do be true. But yeah, you can find us on. Where can they find us, Dennis?
You can find us on. I was about to say Facebook, but I'm like, no, Facebook is gay. I don't know. I always hear people start off with Facebook, even though no. They
one usually
uses
do.
That much.
But yeah, we don't use that shit. It caused an insurrection. We're good.
No Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Spotify, Google Podcast, Anchor.
You just left a big pause. I'm like, is he done?
I don't know. In my head, I was like going through like the 50 podcast websites. I was like, wait, which one are we on this?
I think there's something called like Radio Back Scratcher. I think we're on that shit.
Okay.
Whatever.
You could find us. I'm gonna just say the main one, Spotify, because at least Spotify has basically Dragon Balled us across the other platforms that, like, you know, you can find us all there as well, like Google Podcasts and such.
And on the YouTube at youtube.com/Nintoonist
and YouTube
as well. Does bring more visibility to our podcast as well if you leave us a good review on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, platforms that let you do reviews. So if you have the time, you want to take a quick minute, just be like, these guys are fucking awesome. You can lie. It's okay. It would just... it would help us out just a little bit. I wish you could leave reviews on Spotify, but that's not a thing. But whatever. It doesn't really matter. We're done here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't stretch your feet to your hands from your back. And especially don't do it in the ocean.
Yeah, because the ocean will kill you.
Yeah.
It will kill you.
Play BioShock. Game's fucking mad good.
Don't play Infinite. It's okay.
Yeah.
Compared to at least the 3. Yeah, like, yeah.
It's like a sort of slightly more creative Call of Duty.
But I fucks with it.
Yeah, but I fucks with it too. I still like it. But either way, we are done here. Mwah. We love you guys. We got some special plans coming in the future. We got some guest stars that are being, which the one that we were talking about recently, I still have not messaged. Do not let me leave this fucking call until I message him, okay?
Okay. And guys, please like, comment, and subscribe to our stuff.
Yeah, youtube.com/Nintoonist. We're on YouTube too.
Yeah, and retweet us and all that, please.
Yeah.
Appreciate it a lot. And thank you again for letting your ears be wet.
Yeah, just give your daddies a kiss before you go. Oh my god, that feels hairy.
Yes.
Dude, sometimes porn can be deceiving. That's all I'll say.
That is true. Yeah. Porn is also a cocktease of nature. But yes.
No, that's just it's just a cocktease of a cocktease.
Lights off.